Welcome, Matchbox collectors and diecast enthusiasts. Thank you once again for joining me for another episode of Diecast Emporium. In today's video, we're going to be doing something I've never done on this channel before, and that is unboxing and reviewing a full case of the Matchbox Hitch and Haul series. This case was purchased through my friends at JCarDiecast.com. You can check out the link provided in the video's description if you'd like to purchase this case for yourself. It is the C case for 2021. It should contain 8 pieces in here. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and unbox this. First thing you can tell, and first thing that I noticed, is just how tall this case is. Normally, Matchbox cases only come up to about there in height, so it's roughly double. Just an interesting little factoid to point out to you. Let's begin by showing the top-down view of what's inside. As I said, there should be 8 individual pieces in here. So it looks like there are 4 on each side. So let's start pulling them out. First one out of the box is, how cool is that? Check this out. Matchbox Hitch and Haul INC construction liveried called the MBX construction site. So this has the tilt and tip truck right here, and an MBX cement trailer, as well as 2 figures, a construction sign, and a wheelbarrow. Very cool. Now, the figures very clearly are not decorated or detailed. They are just printed in a gray plastic finish. On the back, this shows the 3 sets that are in this collection, and what's included in each. So there's a Volkswagen truck with a camper van, it looks like, this set, and then there is a rollback tow truck with what looks like a dune buggy vehicle. So pretty cool little mini collection here from Matchbox with the Hitch and Haul. Let's get the rest of them out of the box. Next up we have, well, look at that. This is a variation of what we just pulled out of the box. Check this out. So the variation is that the color of the cement drum is gray in this one, and it's yellow in this one. All other aspects, quickly looking over, look like they're about the same. Figures are the same, wheelbarrow's the same. Oh, interesting. So there's this one. Is it numbered differently? No, they're 2 of 8, and this one is 2 of 8. Okay. I like kind of doing this stuff in real time with you guys. If you catch something that I miss, or that if you know something that I don't, please by all means share it with the collector community and myself through the comment section at the bottom of the video. Here we have 4 of 8 MBX Wave Rider. This has a Volkswagen Transporter cab and a travel trailer number 2. Looks like we got a guy surfboarding, we got a guy sunbathing, a wave, some surfboards in the sand there. Very cool. Now, obviously, the figures and the accessories are not to scale, but that's okay. These are mostly geared towards the younger collectors in our community. But I'll tell you what, I'm just getting some ideas right now as someone that models an HO scale, another one of my hobbies. These undecorated figures and such would make a great Saturday afternoon project if you have some paint pens and some patience and you want to detail these out. That would be a lot of fun. Again, looks like the same thing on the back of this, just the 3 different ones that you could pick up. Looks like you can even put the surfing figure inside the wave. That's pretty cool. I'm liking these already. Okay, let's bring out the other one. Now, is there any variation between these 2? Not that I can tell. Matchbox Surf Club, Matchbox Surf Club. Looks like they're the same color, same figures. Again, if you guys see anything, let me know. As far as I can tell, they look like they're the same. Yeah, I don't see any difference there. So there are 2 of those. They are numbered 4 out of 8 in the set. Oh, hold on. There's another one. So there are actually 3 of these in the case. Let's grab another one. I don't see any noticeable difference with the trailer or with the Volkswagen or with the accessories. And they're all numbered 4 out of 8. Okay. So I guess you just get 3 of the same. All right, next up we have... Oh yeah, this is cool. All right, I like this. 7 of 8. This is the Roadside Assistance. So you have the MBX Flatbed King, which is based on a rollback tow truck, and the Baja Bandit, which is based on, you know, like a Baja Racer dune buggy vehicle. 2 oversized pylons, clearly, that would swallow our little mechanic here. We have a stop sign that looks like it's been hit a few times. Perhaps maybe that was the stop sign that my sister used during her driving school. Story for a different day. Roadside Assistance, this guy over here looks like he's on his cell phone, maybe calling for the rollback tow truck. Now the picture comes together. So these are fun if you guys, you know, want to do a diorama on a budget. Yeah, I really like these. These are cool. Again, on the back, your different item numbers, 58, 63, and 60. GWM 58, GWM 60, 63, etc. Licensed by Volkswagen. Here's this for those of you that need that. Again, you can pick up this entire case at JCarDiecast.com. Check out the link in the video's description below. And it looks like there are 2 more for a total of 3 in the case. We're going to look and see if we can find any difference in these. Not right now. Color looks good. Same number on the truck. Same wheels. Same figures. Same cones. No variation there. What about this one? Last out of the case is another one of these same ones. Okay. Again, same figure. Same truck. Same dude on the phone calling AAA. Or maybe his lawyer, depending on which vehicle he was driving. So it looks like there's no variation with the last 2 sets, but there is a variation, just again to end what we were talking about, there is a variation with the construction set, which I assume will be very, very popular because there are a ton of Matchbox collectors, myself included, that collect anything INC liveried, so you're going to want to pick up this case really, if for nothing else, just for these 2, because chances of finding both of these on the pegs in a store, I'm assuming, are going to be next to nil, next to nothing, especially if you live by me in southwest Ohio, rather. So, yeah, so you can see the color of the mixing drum is the main variation. All right, let's take a quick break, guys. When we come back, we're going to open one of each of these and take a closer look at all of the accessories. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break. All right, welcome back, everyone. Let's begin by opening the Hitch and Haul MBX Wave Rider set here. So let's begin. Well, that opened pretty nicely. Okay, so here's our Volkswagen Transporter van. We have our trailer. Let's connect the 2. Pardon my arm. Okay, here's our wave accessory. Our boards. Put them over there. Put our Lazy Tom sunbathing. And then we'll put our guy, if he'll come out of the packaging. There we go. We'll put him inside the wave here. There you go. Hopefully he'll stay inside the wave. Not sure if that's how he's supposed to insert in there, but looks good. Okay, so obviously we have a few things to go over here. We have our wave, our gentleman inside the wave, which, again, kind of an interesting little setup here, interesting casting. The guy inside the wave is probably the only thing that is close to the scale of the set. And what I mean by that is he is believable that he could be posed next to the truck. Now, this guy, he's a little big, but that's okay. Now, I like that you can put the figure inside the wave and display that. Maybe you can do a little water scene and have him inside the wave. All right, next up we got our guy. I called him Lazy Tom. Looks like he's got his, what do you have in his hand there? Is that a beverage? So it looks like he's got his beverage of choice. He's on his beach chair, you know, doing his thing. Kind of like that. Then the other accessory we have are a series of 4 waveboards, surfboards, call them what you will, in this sand, and then this little box here next to them. Kind of cool. But you get these little accessories. But what most people are here for, and what we really care about, are the models that come with the set. So let's detach them for a moment. You have the Volkswagen Transporter van, which it's called the Volkswagen Transporter Crew Cab, originally made in 2015, or at least amended in 2015. The decos and details on the side. Hold on. You have locals only, MBX, Matchbox Surf Shop. Boy, some of these decos are so small, I can't even bring them out. There's your front detailing, Volkswagen logo, headlights, grille. Back has nothing other than your trailer hitch, which you would expect. The back of the bed of the truck has a spare tire, looks like a chain and a duffel bag, large duffel bag. So that is the Transporter. Now again, we turn our attention to the trailer, the camper trailer. Some other subtle graphical enhancements with decals. Again, very hard to see other than the one at the back, which I believe reads, hold on, got to bring this closer to me, forgive me, Luz or Luscious, something like that. And then you have over here, Mattel. There's your tanks at the front. And then Matchbox Surf Club over here on this side, which is not present on the other side. Looking down from the top, you can see some casted-in detail with some chairs, a stove, and then a table, which I'm trying to angle this so you guys can see that through. This would be a lot of fun to take this apart and then detail the interior of it. But anyway, there you go. That's the first set. So when we come back, we'll take a look at the second set. All right, next up, we have the Matchbox MBX Construction Zone in INC livery, which, in my opinion, I think they probably could have gone for maybe some better vehicle choices, maybe some licensed vehicle choices in here. But it seems to be the theme, other than with the Volkswagen Transporter, that this series has predominantly unlicensed castings in it. Maybe that will change. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, so we have our gentleman with a shovel. We have our construction sign. We have our wheelbarrow, which we can pose with our guy with a shovel. There we go. Construction sign by him. We have our flagman. If he's not laying down on the job, he'll control the flow of traffic through our construction zone. Tilt and tip. And then our cement mixer trailer. So if you guys are not familiar, INC Construction, Inc. Construction, call it what you will, is one of the most famous reoccurring liveries or themes that Matchbox adds to annually. Already this year, they've had new additions to the real working rigs in INC. The basic range, obviously now this range with Hitch and Haul. And there's, coming up very shortly, there will be a Target exclusive 9-pack that has an INC Chevy pickup in it. So again, pretty much every line that Matchbox does, they will do National Parks, INC, Rannick, you name it, they do it, which is great for collectors. It gives them, you know, added, I guess not encouragement is not the right word, but it infuses interest into the community. Back to this set, the tilt and tip is not based on a licensed dump truck, but it does tilt and tip, as you can see here. It tilts to the left, so don't try and tilt it to the right. It tilts to the left. It does have the trailer hitch. So let's hook up our cement mixer. Disappointingly, the cement mixer is stationary, meaning that it does not spin or rotate. But if you hook up the trailer, they do make a convincing looking load. Here's our construction sign, as I said before, which is just plastic. Again, it doesn't fold up. But maybe with some detailing and some creativity, you can turn this into a detour or road construction sign. These guys are, at first glance, nothing interesting, but for longtime collectors, they are very interesting. These are the same figures that were used in the late 90s Matchbox construction dirt machine sets that Caterpillar Matchbox did, which to this day remain my favorite all-time Matchbox collaboration and collection. Back then, of course, they were detailed and colored. Now they're just gray. Well, it is some almost 30 years later, so it is entirely possible that all of us are just getting a little more gray than we were in the 90s. How about that for a joke? And then the other guy is a flagman again. Oh, this guy, this poor gentleman, seems to have lost most of his left arm. I guess that would be his right arm. No, that's his left arm. I'm looking at it wrong. Whatever. This arm over here, he seems to have lost somewhere along the line the last 30 years. But in this arm, he has the flag to control the flow of traffic through a construction zone. Definitely a worthwhile set to have, especially if you collect the other INC construction vehicles. Would be pretty easy to set up a construction scene utilizing some other ones, which we can do really quickly, actually. Maybe a scraper. And then perhaps maybe a grater for some finishing work. And there you go. All right, we're going to take our last break. When we come back, we're going to look at the last set, which has the rollback and the dune buggy. So stay with us. We're going to be right back. All right, give yourself a big round of applause if you are still with us. By the way, thank you so much for your support through the channel. I really try to make these videos very enjoyable, make it very rewatchable, make you guys want to come back and watch the new content. With that out of the way, we have our third set. This is the Roadside Assistance set with our MBX Flatbed King rollback tow truck and our Baja Bandit, our offending vehicle that very clearly hit that stop sign. So let's get it unboxed and put the models on the table. Now, I kind of had a bit of a revelation when I made the comment that the pylons dwarf the figures and the cars in here. Obviously, guys, we all know this. I mean, Matchbox, you know, taboo or not, they are toys, and they are meant for the younger demographics. So, obviously, you can't have tiny little to-scale pylons running around as a choking hazard. So, I get it. I really do. As frustrating as it is for the adult collectors, at their core, they are still toys. So here's our two pylons. Here is our dune buggy. Here's our rollback tow truck. Get rid of that. Here is our stop sign. See if we can do this. Here's our guy on the phone complaining. And then we've got our mechanic gentleman getting out of our tow truck and on his way to help. All right, let's begin. That was fun. Let's do this again. All right. So, we'll start off with the accessories, get those out of the way. Two pylons, as our tow truck already wants to leave. Two pylons, which are stackable. Clearly, you can stack them if you'd like to. Get rid of those. We have our stop sign, which clearly our driver hit. You know, it has the ring around it, so clearly that means it's optional. That's a joke, people. It's not to be taken literally. So we have our Baja Bandit dune buggy here. Again, another Matchbox original casting that's been around for much of the last decade. Tow truck, I don't know what your problem is. Stay put, please. As I was saying, been around for much of the last decade. I think this came out in 07, 08, somewhere in there. Let's see how wrong I am. What does this say on here? Come on, focus. Okay, it doesn't want to focus. Copyright 2007. All right. As for the livery on here, it says Matchbox Beach Rally 2021. So at least in the Matchbox world, there are some beaches that have fully reopened. On the back, there's your motor. Call this little thing Speed Buggy. And then other MBX liveries on the side. Bigger wheel at the rear, smaller wheel at the front. Pretty fun little casting. Obviously, you have your roll bar in black plastic. Now, let's get our figures out of the way. Here's our gentleman on the cell phone calling for help. Again, an all blue plastic piece. At least he's all dolled up and nice looking. Not sure why you would ever go dune bugging in a suit and tie, though. But hey. And then you've got our Mechanic Bob. There you go. He's got his wrench. He's all set to go. He's going to need to fix the dune buggy, too. All right, here is our tow truck. Let's get our figures out. Based on a rollback tow truck that we call them here in the States, a flatbed rollback, because the bed rolls back. For the details on here, it reads, have to bring this up to my eyes, that's why it's not in the frame, 24-hour service, Matchbox, Ozisma Towing, perhaps, number 4. I assume that last name means something, but I'm not sure what it does. And so the back end would go down like this when it's ready, and it would have a small winch that would winch up our vehicle in duress. After it's there, it would then slide back, the vehicle would be secured, and then it would drive it away to the repair shop or the impound lot or to the salvage yard, whatever, wherever it's going. So there you go, guys. That will conclude my review of the Matchbox Hitch and Haul case, again, from my friends at JCarDiecast. These really are a lot of fun, I have to say. Lots of cool little castings, lots of fun things you can do with them. Again, when your spin table cooperates, it's a lot more fun. I have to say the Volkswagen with the camper is pretty cool. The rollback tow truck with the dune buggy, which I guarantee will not stay in frame, but we're going to hopefully do it for long enough. And then the cement mixer with the tilt and tip is also a worthwhile addition to your INC collection for sure. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. I'll catch you in the next review.